ABC 27 Digital Now Center. This is Beyond the Forecast with your most accurate local meteorologists.
Well, we meet again, everybody, don't we, as we talk about the cold and the snowstorm that was. Great to have so many of you along with these live videos. It is great to be able to chat with you live each morning here on not only Facebook, but on YouTube and our ABC 27 News Plus app as these videos get posted just about everywhere. This is sort of our geeky time to talk weather and some of the things that we are following. And so after the storm on Sunday, I know that many of you were thanking us for an accurate forecast, and we were really chatting up that sleet line that was coming in and came in even before lunchtime in some areas south of the Turnpike. So we appreciate you sticking with us and trusting us, and we will always do our best to give you the most accurate forecast around, including the cold weather, as we continue to see that sort of take hold across the region this week. And yes, we're going to talk about the weekend because there is going to be a nor'easter, a coastal storm. The question is, does it hug the coast enough to give us some snow here, some more snow, or does it go out to sea? And we will get into that in just a bit. But let's talk first about our morning. And you can see the snow pile, something we haven't had to deal with in the last several winters here at Hershey and the Hershey History Center. Those snow piles are not going to be going anywhere. The parking lots will melt. The roads are getting better with each passing day. And the sun being out will help with that. Even if it's 20 degrees, the sun is still going to melt road surfaces, especially ones that apply chemicals. But you can see spots here, if I circle this on the parking lot here at the bottom of the screen, right in here, still icy in spots. So you got to be careful, and many schools electing to have a virtual day today. But boy, the sunshine early at Conewago Valley School District will help to melt those icy patches, and it's going to be a very pleasant start to the day. Now, clouds are going to develop with the heating of the day. It is going to be a decent day, however, with temperatures getting into the 20s, and you may say, well, that's not decent at all, but 20s are good because we're going to be in the teens the rest of the week. We hit 23 yesterday, which was nice, and we will take the sunny start, but it is sure cold. It did not get as cold as we thought, probably a little bit of a breeze helping to keep the temperatures up, but it's still mighty cold. Is there really a difference between 8 degrees and 0 degrees? Obviously there is, but it's hard to tell. 11 in Harrisburg, 10 in York. Most of us are in the single digits here this morning, and with a little bit of a breeze, there is certainly a wind chill out there. It doesn't take much when it's this cold to get at least somewhat of a wind chill, and it feels like anywhere from 0 to 5 below. So on these mornings, you're going to want to bundle up. You're going to want to wear the scarf, the hat, the hood, and you're going to want to dress in layers, obviously. Here's a look at the tarmac at HIA, and it certainly looks icy and snow-covered, doesn't it? And that is how a lot of areas are going to look until they either come back out and do another swipe or we get above freezing, and that's not going to be happening anytime soon. So we will take 23 degrees today. That is absolutely fine. But it's also going to be our warmest temperature, I think, the rest of the week. We hit 23 yesterday, and it actually felt nice until the winds started kicking around. And I will point out, the one thing that this snow did is it helped with our drought. And we can see there, yes, we still have a deficit, but it's almost even for the year compared to where we were. So cold and breezy weather today, and then we've got a front that will attack us here today, later this afternoon, with the potential for a few snow showers. And then what this is going to do is it's actually going to bring in some more Arctic air, which is right behind the front. So as that Arctic air moves in, it's going to be even colder tonight and likely even colder for the rest of the week. So clouds later today as the front swings through, and I will point out, this does show a little line of snow showers developing here, and if and when that happens, a quick coating cannot be ruled out today. I'm just pointing it out. With these cold temperatures, even a brief burst of snow will put down a coating. Same thing tomorrow. A sunny start, a few clouds in the afternoon, much colder, temperatures in the teens, and then looking ahead as we move into Thursday, partly cloudy skies, and each day is going to be a bit on the breezy side. So highs today, low to mid-20s. Hey, we'll take it. It's going to feel pretty good tonight. Likely down into the low single digits, closer to 0 tonight than what we have been, and the snowpack will help keep it colder, and then highs in the teens on Wednesday with sub-zero wind chills because it will be breezy. Today, probably the worst of the winds. I think yesterday was the worst. Today, probably the worst going forward, although tomorrow, still about a 10-mile-an-hour breeze, and I think we'll stay breezy into the day on Thursday. So wind chills are in the sub-zero range now. Tomorrow, because it will still be likely or I should say later today, because it will still likely be in the 20s, wind chills in the single digits and teens. And then tomorrow morning, I think a lot of schools are still going to delay, because if we look at the temperatures, the real feel numbers here, 10 to 15 below with a little bit of a breeze and lows in the lower single digits. It's going to be pretty brutal tomorrow morning. Now, let's talk about the extended outlook, because 5-day morning lows are not going to get any better. Tomorrow, 3 degrees, but it may feel like 10 below, 0 on Thursday, and then 3 below Friday and Saturday. We get all the way up to a balmy 9 degrees on Sunday. So, yeah, these lows are not going anywhere anytime soon, okay? It's going to be cold. Now, we're going to track the weekend nor'easter. Not only am I going to show you this model, we're going to take a look at a lot of different models here, right? So stay tuned. Now, the good news is, if you are somebody that has snow fatigue, the latest model trends do have the low developing, but they have it developing, well offshore. And because of that, some places are going to get snow this weekend, but it mainly looks to be to our south and east, because this track then takes it up. It scoots by New England and maybe just grazes the coast, but the whole thing stays out to sea, leaving us high and dry here in central Pennsylvania. This is unlike yesterday's run, where it gave us a pretty decent-sized snowstorm. So the cold air, as it sort of reestablishes itself this week, may actually work against bringing this storm inland and kick it out to sea. Having said that, I have seen plenty of these types of storms jog inland as we get closer to the event. So I'm not writing it off just yet, but the trends certainly favor the storm staying to the east. Partly sunny, a stray snow shower today, a quick coating is possible, frigid tonight down to 3 degrees. And here are the next 7 days. And again, look at the morning low temperatures. In the single digits or below zero through the weekend, and then we have to keep an eye on the coast for Saturday and Sunday. So let's do that. I'm going to pull up some graphics here for you. If you're still with me and really like the weather weenie talk, well, then let's get into it, shall we? We're going to use the first run of the NAM. This is not going to go out the entire way, but sometimes the NAM picks up on little subtleties. It's not a perfect model, but you know what it picked up on? The sleet factor with this past weekend storm, and it did a great job with that. So sometimes this can pick up on that westward jog of these coastal storms before some of the lower resolution global models, okay? And it always wants to do that. This doesn't go out far enough. Let's go to a different version of the NAM here, not as high resolution, but this will go out through Friday. Now, you'll notice right down here, as I use my clicker, this is the beginnings of the storm, and this is Friday afternoon. Now, the question is going to be, does the cold air up here kind of do one of these where it jogs the storm across the Carolinas and the Delmarva, and then it just swings out to sea? That does seem to be the favored path right now. But this is how the European looked yesterday, too, and then it kept everything right along the coast, and it gave our region a good snowstorm. I cannot wait to see what the NAM will do here coming up with this morning's run and later runs throughout the day. We're starting to get into a critical time period now where if the models can come to an agreement on what this will do, we'll have a better idea tomorrow, I think. But the NAM, if it hugs the coast, going to be very fascinating to see then what the other models do. But it does show the beginning signs of a storm here in the Virginias, and the question is, does it swing it this way? It certainly looks like it might, but this is sort of how the European looked yesterday, too, and it kept things inland. That's something that we want to watch. Let's go now to the latest GFS, which is our American model friend, and we will show you that here as I pull that up. This is the latest GFS run, and this thing has not really had the storm close at any particular run. What it does show is good snow for Virginia, North Carolina, and the Delmarva. Remember, this cold air runs deep, and then it has it, again, going out to sea, missing central Pennsylvania. The GFS model is not a good one. It often does not pick up on trends right away. However, given the fact that this has not really shown the storm affecting us yet, perhaps it has been on to something. And then finally, we will show you the latest run of the European here. This only goes out through Thursday, so let me see if I can back this run up. And this shows a similar thing where this even has the low farther to the south, not affecting things as much as the GFS. So the GFS a little bit farther to the west, but the Euro definitely has the storm out to sea. We'll do one more. Let's look at the Canadian here, because this one is always interesting, and it loves to usually have these things hug the coast. It shows a similar trend to the GFS with heavy snow over the Virginias and the Carolinas and South Jersey, and then it pulls it away. So, again, if you're a snow lover, not the runs that you want to see. If you're hoping for a miss because of snow fatigue, most of the models say this is a miss, which is a good thing. But again, I have seen westward jogs at the 11th hour. So, trending toward a miss, yes. Are we totally out of the woods? No. I think we'll definitely know more by tomorrow and Thursday. We will, of course, keep you posted here on Beyond the Forecast. That's a look at the cold and the weekend nor'easter. And we appreciate you joining us, everybody, for Beyond the Forecast and for ABC 27 News Plus. I'm meteorologist Brett Thackara. Have a great day. Stay warm.